Determined to dial in your wedges, you need to understand how far each one goes with a given swing. So I've got 4 wedges here, a 60, a 54, a 52, and a 46. Now with each wedge, I have 3 swings, 3 sort of stock feeling swings, which produce 3 different yardages, and then 3 times 4 is 12. So I've got 12 yardages I operate from, and I'm swinging about 7 out of 10, so that I could always add a little bit or take a little bit off if I needed to produce more distance. But all in all, I'm just going to take a gap wedge and kind of give you the sort of synopsis of the swings. So I'm going to basically tell you I've got 3 sort of swings. I've got one where the club kind of comes back, almost a little bit of hinge. Some people might call that about 7:30 on a clock. Don't really use a clock system, but it's kind of a visual. I've then got one where my lead arm is about parallel to the ground. So some people might call that 3/4. And then I've got one which I would call kind of hands to the sort of ears, sort of shoulder height swing. Those 3 distances with kind of a very similar follow through produce 3 different yardages, and then I've got 4 different clubs. The goal here is to understand how far each one of those swings goes. So you'd probably get 3 or 4 balls per swing. You would hit your sort of 7:30 or where my wrist just hinge swing. Then I've got my lead arm kind of at sort of halfway back 9 o'clock, and then I've got my hands, shoulders sort of height, and I've got those 3 swings. But really the majority of my wedge swings, that lower shot, that sort of 7:30 shot, is great for a back pin or into the wind. So here it's going to look a bit more like this. Comes out quite low, it chases back, it's really, really good. It's that low launch, but doesn't have that much spin, not that much energy. Now, the shot that I think that most people will tend to hit lots of is more of that lead arm sort of 9 o'clock shot, where a little bit of wrist hinge, so you're going to get a little bit of the spin, but you can still control your distance. That's the one I really lean on a lot. That's kind of my preference. And then understanding how far with each of the 4 wedges that shot goes, I'm trying to lay up to that yardage frequently so I can have my best chance of getting the ball close to the hole. So again, I'm setting up kind of ball, middle of the stance, 7 out of 10, and I'm just really only ever swinging as fast as I can rotate. The best wedge players have a lot of rotation and turn. Their body and arms are synchronized. That allows you to catch the ball first, have a nice shot. It's very, very consistent. So again, here's kind of my 9 o'clock type motion, lead arm, and then through. This is my sort of go-to wedge shot. Probably going to go with this club about 105 yards. So here we go. So there, a little bit on the clean side, but I've got that nice low launch. Ball's coming in, it's going to have some check, but it's very predictable. It's going to be the same shot every time. Now, if I wanted to hit it a little bit further, I might go a little bit more 8 out of 10. Or if I wanted to take a little bit off, I might be more like a 5 out of 10. But I'm still trying to use the same length motion. If you can do that, figure out 3 swings with your wedges, and maybe you've got 4 wedges, that's going to give you a nice number of yardages to where you can play within. When you're in position, out of position, you're using those yardages to get the ball close to the hole as possible. Do that, you'll master your distance wedges.